Hi, welcome back to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and our next guest is Jeff Grab, the owner and creator of the White Sands Party Bus. Now, this is an interesting bus and an interesting idea and concept. Tell me what it is, first off.
The White Sands Party Bus is very unique. Like you said before, I designed it and I built it. I actually took a 37-foot Class A motorhome, and I stripped that whole thing out so there was nothing in there, and I rebuilt it from scratch. And the main concept behind it was two things. Number one, fun nightclub type atmosphere. Number two, I wanted it to have some space. I wanted it for people to actually be able to move around. Some of the unique features behind it: the back third of the bus is one big open dance room, 2 dance poles back there. It's got a restroom on board. It's got a bar. It's got a killer sound system.
It just sounds like such a great, obvious idea, but I've never heard of it. You know those good ideas that you say, wow, I wish I would have come up with that. I'm guessing, well, you tell me, what kind of events do you host or people do you host on the bus mainly?
Honestly, I do everything you could possibly think of on that bus. Of course, the majority of events that we have are all-female parties. For some reason, we've got, I think about 70% of our groups are all-female parties.
Like bachelorette parties?
Bachelorette parties, girls' nights out. But we do everything from kids' parties, bachelor parties. We do wedding receptions. We've actually had some wedding receptions on board. We do shuttle services once in a while, pick up people from the airport, take people out to 30A and just drive them around. So we do a lot of things, bar hopping.
Yeah, I could see that as a very safe way. You know, you don't want to drink and drive, so I could see that as a safe way to move, especially if you had a large party, move them from one location to another. Okay, so how many people can actually get on the bus?
25. Maximum occupancy is 25 passengers. We like to say optimum is 18 to 20 because that's as many people as we can sit.
Okay. Everybody else has to stand up and hold.
Very rarely do we have everybody sitting down. I don't think I've ever seen a group where everyone's actually sitting down. Everyone's up dancing. Everyone's moving around.
Kind of defeats the purpose of the party bus.
Yep.
And do they dance or walk around while you're driving? Can they do that?
Oh yeah. Okay. It's a little bit difficult when we're moving around. Of course, on 98 with the traffic especially, we're not going very fast.
Right.
But something that's I've never seen with any other bus is because it is a motorhome chassis. If you can picture how when a motorhome's parked, it has the rooms that slide out.
Right.
So when the bus is parked, we have hydraulic leveling jacks that actually lower down. It stabilizes the bus. So you got 25 people dancing around. The bus doesn't move. The main room actually slides out. So now you've got 2 dance floors in there. A lot of space.
So you can have like a little dance contest between the two.
You could. You could.
That's just such a great idea. Okay, tell me the difference. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, well, this is just, sort of like a big limousine. But tell me the difference between a limousine and this party bus.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you been in a limousine before?
I have.
And what did you do?
I sat in the limousine and I, maybe looked out the window or looked out the top, and that's all I'm saying.
And that's it. In the bus, sure, you have the option to sit.
Right.
But then again, you can stand up, you can move around, you can go in the back, you can dance. You and your friend can both be on simultaneously on the dance poles. We've got a restroom on board. You can use the restroom. People get up at the bar. They can make their drinks. So a lot of different options, options. It's not only is it transportation, it's also a party venue. So majority of my groups, believe it or not, actually stay on the bus and they party on there instead of going into the bars.
Oh, instead of using it as a transportation like you would use a limousine to move you from one place to the other, this is like the party place.
Absolutely.
I see. Do you have a karaoke machine on the bus?
I don't have a karaoke machine now.
That seems like that would be a good idea.
It might be.
Okay, tell me, how did you, I know that you built it, but how did you come up with this idea? Were you just driving by a limousine one day and said, I can do better? Or?
Well, I wish it was that simple. Actually, a little bit of a background on it. Back in 2004, when I was stationed out in San Diego, I was active duty Navy. Believe it or not, I actually used to live in this thing.
That's where it came from, the Navy.
Yep, okay. I had it parked on the beach, and after I got out of the Navy in 2009, I still had this motorhome sitting around. I said, what the heck am I going to do with this thing? So I need to start making some money on this. So I started brainstorming, and I can't take all the credit for coming up with the RV concept because I did see one out in Phoenix, Arizona. And I used an older model, but what I can take credit for is the fact that I've yet to see another party bus that has the actual slide out feature.
Right.
So as far as I know, I'm the only one in the country that's ever done that.
What an awesome awesome idea. Okay, I asked you before the show, but for the viewers, I think they need to know, where all can you drive to?
Anywhere in the state of Florida.
Anywhere in the state of Florida.
Typically, most parties, they stay here in Destin, they stay locally. A lot of times they want to go to Pensacola, Panama City. And
can do that.
especially this year now, I'm getting a lot more groups that are in Pensacola that say, hey, come out and pick us up. We want to come to Destin, we want to see Destin.
And that seems like that would make the trip from Pensacola to Destin just that much more fun.
Oh, they love it.
You don't have to worry about the traffic or the drive,
Nope.
or, like I said, drinking and driving, because that's you don't want to do that. So
Absolutely.
You've gotten a solution for that.
Yep.
What a great idea. But if somebody wanted for you to drive them to, let's say, I don't know, Tallahassee for a football game or something, could you do that?
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
could go to Tampa, you could go to Miami. I mean, you can literally go anywhere in
Anywhere in
the
the
state.
state. I'll take you to Key West.
Wow, I
Anywhere
wish
you
I
wanna
would
go.
have thought of that idea. It's just such a neat idea. Now, you said, I know you do majority bachelorette parties. That doesn't surprise me, but you also can do kids' parties?
Yes.
Have you done kids' parties
Yes,
before?
we have.
Did
Birthday parties.
It seems like they would love that.
They do. They have a great time on there. They do.
All right, what's the strangest party you've ever done on?
Ooh. That's a long list.
come on, the most fun.
I've seen some strange things on there, but I'm sworn to secrecy.
Okay, so
I am.
what happens? It's kind of like a mini Vegas. What happens on the bus stays on the bus.
Exactly. We're
All
very
right,
discreet
I won't
about
twist
that.
your arm. You've made me a little curious now. Is there anything that I've left out? I know I've bombarded you with a lot of questions because
No.
this is just so new and different to me, but nothing I've left out.
No,
Okay.
not that I can think of.
I know they've got your number on the screen. They've been putting it up. So if anybody wants to make they need to make reservations, I assume.
Yes.
And how far in advance? Or just depends on the season.
If you're gonna book in the springtime, I would suggest you start calling October, November timeframe.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Summertime it slows down a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of times you might get lucky. Give me a call a couple days in advance, and you might get a Friday or Saturday.
Okay. Great. All right. Well, thank you very much
You're very
for
welcome.
joining us.
Hope to see you on the bus soon.
Okay, all right. And I will read our upcoming events. This Thursday, not this Thursday, but Thursday, June 28th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We have the next Business After Hours, sponsored by Apex Broadcasting, home of Wave 102.1, Highway 98.1 Country, Q92.1, and 103.1 The Blaze. Their studios in Harbor Walk Village will be the location, and that's 34 Harbor Boulevard, Suite 202. On Tuesday, July 10th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Leaders in Business Lunch will be sponsored by CenturyLink, and that will be at the Destin Middle School. Senator Don Gates and Representatives Marty Coley and Matt Gates will provide a legislative update. On Thursday, July 24th from 12 to 1 p.m., Destin's social media group, Writing for the Web, SEO Tips. That will be at the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce, and Dan Fugit, Cleaver Ogre, will present that. On Thursday, July 24th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., the Business After Hours will be sponsored by St. Andrews by the Sea Episcopal Church. That will also be the location, and that is 307 Harbor Boulevard. On Tuesday, July 31st from 5 to 6:30 p.m., the Okaloosa County Candidates Forum will be held at Destin United Methodist Church, and that is free and open to the public. On August 18th, the Paddle at the Porch Destin SUP, and that Stand-Up Paddleboard Cup race will happen, and that's the inaugural event for the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. That's sponsored by Northwest Florida Regional Airport, Fly VPS, Boat Boards, and the Back Porch, Behind the Back Porch restaurant. I hope you can join us for that, and we'll see you next time.